Hello, my name is Rohith Verghese, and I am a senior nursing student at the University of St. Thomas. For my individualized study plan, I have completed 70 questions in the NCLEX RN Passpoint program, 30 questions from the NGN quiz questions in UWorld, and 150 questions from the Kaplan Phase 3 QBank for Week 1. For my Kaplan NCLEX questions, I would like to go over 3 questions that stuck out to me that I answered incorrectly. The first question is as follows. A nurse interviews a South Asian client. The nurse observes that the client and the young child with the client are wearing long skirts and cloth coverings over their heads, even though it is very warm. The client speaks in short responses and in a soft tone of voice. Which conclusion does the nurse draw? I answered that the client exhibits expected practices from the client's religion. This was wrong, and the answer was the client exhibits expected cultural characteristics from the client's background. The reasoning behind this is that because clients from a South Asian culture usually speak in a soft tone of voice, as speaking in a more direct and louder manner may be perceived as being disrespectful. Their traditional clothing often consists of long pieces of clothing, with or without a head cover. Such attire and speaking in a soft tone are part of the shared practices of people from that area. Sharing common beliefs and practices is one of the characteristics of culture. The second question I would like to talk about is the nurse provides care for a client diagnosed with bulimia nervosa. Which intervention does the nurse initiate as part of the client's plan of care? This was a select all that apply question. I answered 4. I picked 4 out of the 5 options that were there. I was supposed to pick all the options from 1 through 5. Option 1, which I did pick, was monitor the client for an hour after meals. Option 2 was assist the client in identifying situations that produce anxiety. I did pick this. Option 4 was weigh the client every morning on the same scale. I picked this one as well. And option 5 was establish the treatment plan with the client. And that was the last one that I picked. The answer choice that I did not pick was number 3, which is providing a quiet, non-stimulating environment for the client. So the goal for this is to decrease situations that produce anxiety. So providing a quiet, non-stimulating environment will assist in decreasing the client's anxiety. The final and third question that I want to talk about today is as follows. The nurse provides care for a client after a left below the knee amputation. The client reports persistent discomfort after receiving pain medication. Which action by the nurse is best? The answer choice that I picked was contact the healthcare provider. And this turned out to be wrong because the first thing that a nurse would have to do is inspect the limb, which was answer choice number 2. And this is because the nurse needs to observe the limb for redness, swelling, and circulation. And this is considered the best action by the nurse out of the 4 options that were given. And with that, these are the top 3 questions that I got wrong in this week's individualized study plan, and I hope to see you next week. Thank you.